subscribe and like. And my dad's videos on the bestest videos on the whole wide world, and I love that video.
Hey y'all, so we're just doing a quick recap of eBay sales during the month of May. So I'm gonna do each month, go over some sales, kind of some cool stuff that maybe either I made a big profit on, or just some of the sales that are kind of cool, like items you might not know to look for, and something maybe will help you out in the future if you see it somewhere. So go ahead, check out the video, and see what you think about these sales. Alright, let's see here. I wanted to show you some of these vintage Motel Key Fobs that I sold. I picked them all up. I think I got them for like 35 or 40 bucks for a whole bucket of them. I'll show you some of the key ones that kind of drew my attention. I never knew about these, so it's kind of a rare thing. You might never find them, but they sell pretty good. You can sell a lot of them for like $8, $10, but there are some rare ones that sell higher. So you'll see I sell a lot of hats, a lot of small stuff. You know, that's the best thing to sell on eBay is small stuff that you can ship first class, because shipping will kill you. So a lot of hats. This bow is pretty cool. There's a Bear Super Kodiak bow, but it should have been a recurve bow. Someone turned it into a compound bow. If it was the original recurve, it's from like the 50s or 60s, it would have been a few $100s. But luckily, I still got $100 for it, and I only paid $3 for it. Playmobil Trains. Anytime you see Playmobil Trains, get them. They didn't make a lot of different ones. I think they're from like the late 80s. This is actually one of the cheaper ones. They're almost always going to be shipped overseas, but I think like Europe for some reason, they must be super popular. But the engines, any of the engines sell for $200-300. Brass Zippos. Anytime you see a brass Zippo, this is just the shell, so just the outer case, and still got $40 for it. Anytime you see a brass Zippo, buy that. These are the ones I was talking about. These are from Europe. They're older. These are the ones that kind of drew my attention to the lot. The Hotel Key Fobs. They sold pretty well, and I had one that sold for almost $200. That was from Cuba, so that was pretty rare. Let's see. Another one of those Key Fobs. Dale Earnhardt. Always pick up Dale Earnhardt stuff. Even that didn't sell for a lot. Dale Earnhardt's that name in NASCAR that I'll always sell. I'll show you a few of these Christmas ornaments. Everyone always looks for Radco, Christopher Radco, but this was Patricia Breen. So there are other ornaments that sell really well. Some Transformers. This was weird because, well, these were GoBots. So if you see they're made by Bandai, they're GoBots. If they're made by Hasbro or Takara, they're Transformers. It's weird. They bought GoBots and DVDs together. Old hat. So a lot of hats. This was pretty cool. Nike Duffel Bag. Got it for about $15 or $20. It was new. I only bought two things from the yard sale I went to. It was this and another Nike backpack. So this shipped overseas. It cost them almost $200 for this, after all their fees and everything. This one here is pretty cool. It's a Lil Penny Hardaway figure from the 90s, 1997. I actually found this in a bucket full of McDonald's toys, so that was pretty cool. Hardaway did a commercial, I think it was with Nike, where there was Lil Penny. So luckily I seen that and grabbed it, and it was worth 30 bucks. And it can be worth a little more if they're in the package or whatnot. This one was Lego sets from my other video. I sold all but I think one of them so far. So Legos was a pretty good buy. Another one of those keys. Here's another Patricia Breen ornament. Some I sold for a little more. Most of them actually sold for close to like 40 or 50 bucks. This was pretty cool. So there is that Pan Am Airways Foreman employee badge. You see anything that has Pan Am, buy it. That stuff is crazy. So I did real good on that, 350 bucks. That was pretty cool. So I bought these in one of my videos. So I did end up selling those trains. I did end up selling those tractors. A sealed VHS, 20 bucks. But it was sealed. You saw those World War II photos that I bought. This is pretty cool. So if you see any World War II photo that has a nude person in it, so like a naked soldier, buy it. They're probably pretty rare, but they sell for crazy money. This one's just a guy sitting on a toilet, but if they're like naked, you know what I mean, they sell for a bunch. So this was pretty cool. I think there was another one sold down there before that. Lego stuff I bought. I also bought a pile of Warhammer 40K guidebooks and painting guidebooks, and I bought the whole stack for 20 bucks, like 20 of them. This one sold pretty good, 25 bucks. Sold some marbles. Still haven't had a ton of luck with marbles. Here's more of those World War II photos. These are of nose art, so pictures on the front of the planes. They sold really good. Here's some more photos. So it was nice that I was able to get the same person to buy a bunch of them from me. Lego minifigure lot. So you gotta look for those Lego minifigures. They can sell really good. Oh, this is pretty cool. This came out of that same group as the World War II and the Pan Am. It was just a book full of engravings. So I thought, hey, I could probably get something out of this. I'm getting 100 bucks. Can't beat that. There's another one of those Lego sets. Star Wars Legos. They're always good. Alright, I wanted to tell you all about these combs. Ace hard rubber combs. This one sold for $18. The cool thing is, I was able to get a case, suitcase, a small suitcase full of these combs for free. I was at a yard sale basically. I went to buy video games and the guy was having a yard sale. And he said, hey, you can look around, and I didn't want any tools or anything. I see this little suitcase full of combs. I'm like looking at him. He said, you can have those if you want them. Heck yeah. So I ended up getting like 130 of these. It seems like it's just a few that are selling really good, but it could be $1,000-something when all is said and done. Because most of them have actually sold for almost 20, so we could say 2,000. But you know, we'll have to sell some a little cheaper eventually. You look for kind of cool rare hats, older 90s hats that have some type of cool pattern like that has, you know, like the blue gray, or sports specialty hats. Always buy those. If it look on the tag, it says sports specialty. Here's a good one. 2003 Toy Biz Spider-Man Superposable. That's the key word. If you see, there's a few different ones, but I think most of them were from Spider-Man 2 in 2003. If you see a superposable Spider-Man, what's that? It's a Spider-Man that has a lot of articulation. So the toe part of the foot will move. It'll have like 2 joints in the abdomen, and it will have more movement than most average figures. Also, look at the fingers. If every finger moves individually, it'll be a superposable, and also like just the web shooter fingers will move. So look for those. I found several for $1, so you'll still find them for $1 in a little toy bin. It's a pretty cool thing to look for. Sold for 155 bucks. Gold-filled watch, old pocket watch. You can look, and if it says guaranteed 20 years, then it's gold-filled. So look for those. Let's see. I sold an old knife, 70 bucks. Finally sold this American Girl doll. We had it like forever. Chucky, that's pretty cool. There's another one of those combs. And I did have a bunch of the same ones, so it's like I got like 5 of these, so once it sells, I just relist it. I don't like to do like quantity, even though look, those are repeat customers, so maybe he wants a bunch of combs. Let's see, another comb. This is cool. They actually brought back the U.S. Football League, so it's like an old hat, and it's sold for asking price. Pretty cool. Another World War II photo. Stitch as Yoda. That's just cool. Not a bunch of money, but it's cool. You know, Disney figures and Disney stuff. We all know to look for that. Alright, so this is pretty cool. One person bought 5. They kind of give me, I think I had them at like 50 each, and they offered me like 40 each or something like that. But I sold 5 of them, so it must have been a little less than that. But $150 for 5 ornaments. More of those keys. And that's it for the month. Hopefully you saw a few cool things that, you know, you can look out for. I was going to show this. This is a real photo postcards. It's a real picture that was put on a postcard, and they'll call them RPPC, real photo postcards. Stuff, not people, but stuff like trains, places, specific places. One time I sold one that was of a train depot for like almost $200. It was pretty cool. And some weird little place in New Mexico sold for a lot. I did want to show you one of the ornaments. It sold a little over a month ago. So I bought all those ornaments in a lot for like $170, I think, for all of them. Radco. I got a few Radco ornaments out of it. And I actually had this one listed for just $5. Christopher Radco Bunny Bonnet. Put it on auction. Sold for $160. I don't do a lot of auctions, but if I don't have any listed, any comps to go by, and I knew it was going to sell real good, so I just put it on auction and let it ride. And $160 for a tiny little Christmas ornament. Can't beat that. That's pretty much it for the month of May. And we'll do these once a month. Show you some of the good items and stuff that sold during the month. And give you some good ideas of stuff to look out for and kind of what we're selling over here. Alright, y'all. Till next time, like, subscribe, check out my other videos.